Hi, my name is Matthias and I'm the co-founder at Firstbird. And I'm really happy to welcome you everyone at recruitECH Romania today in these very unusual times. So we are not able to meet physically, and I hope this is going to change in 2022 again, and that we are able to meet physically or personally again in Romania. So what I have brought with me today and I'd like to share with you is a little bit our philosophy, why we believe that every organization out there is able to have employee referrals as their #1 sourcing and talent acquisition channel out there. And how you might do that, this is something what I'd like to share with you with the title of my presentation, from referral mediocrity to referral mastery. And I'm going to share my screen right now so that we are going to go through the content a little bit more elaborate. So what is actually the status quo right now if you look on a global level? And what we always see is that most referral programs never reach their full potential. So what we did in a global survey, that we asked talent and recruiting managers out there, how many or how much of your recruitings come from employee referrals? And you see that more than 50% are under or at 10% or below. And only some of them achieve really high or good results. On the European level, this is an average 12%. And you see the benchmark to other regions, example the US, that this is a referral or a talent acquisition channel which is much, much better. And is that just culturally, or are European or also companies in Central and Eastern Europe doing things differently to reach these heights? So let's elaborate a little bit more on that. And I start with, if you have already an employee referral program, or if you are thinking of reintroducing or relaunching one, there are 3 things I'd like to bear in mind what is really essential when you start implementing a referral program. The first one, and that's a kind of a very obvious thing, and I already didn't want it to put that onto the slide, is you need to think about your communication strategy. And there are 4 essential points there. So let's a little bit look into the detail. #1 is launch the employee referral program you have in mind with a purpose. So that's meaning that just don't put it out there and say, hey, you can earn money. This could be a kind of a good motivator to a lot of people, but other people might be more incentivized if they know that they can participate in that program. And the reason why you want to launch is also to hear their voices in the recruiting process. So think about it, what's the right way and purpose to launching such a program in your organization? Second one is, a lot of times the employees don't receive the right jobs for their networks. So for example, marketing or salespeople are more or less interested in their functions or in their marketing and sales related jobs, not especially in IT jobs, vice versa. So really take into account, you need a very target group specific communication to sustainable communicate your job openings. Really look that you don't get into that black box thing that an employee gives a referral and never hears back from the HR recruiting department. That just creates frustrations, and that in the end leaves you with no referrals after you have introduced your program. And last but not least, really appreciate and share success stories of really good referrals, what employees or your talent scout, your ambassadors have done. So that was the first step, communicate. And also I give it a little bit more into context. Also there, what we know from our analysis, there are different kind of referral personas within your organization. So they are the ambassadors or the talent scouts, as we described them, who are very active and extroverted personalities who are really proud to work for your organization and talk to everyone on social media or in private life. Then there are a little bit those skeptical ones or spammers, and there are different groups you need to take into account when you also manage and communicate to those different user types within the organization. So also communication needs to be very target group related, and also bear in mind there might be different incentivization mechanisms for those different target persona groups within your organization. #2, create a reward strategy. What is meant by that? A lot of you might have, or you have already implemented one, you might have thought about giving money as a bonus, like 75% of all the companies surveyed do it the same thing. So you need a little bit the range there from 250 to even 5,000 euros or dollars companies are spending for rewards. I think approximate around 1,000 euros in a lot of countries is kind of a good term. This needs, of course, to be adapted to local monetary levels. Still, the idea is that a lot of are paying cash. And I believe thinking beyond money is the right way to do that, because what we see is that there is no correlation between how much you pay and how much you get in terms of referral hires. So generally you think there is a correlation, the more you pay, the more you get, but this is not true for referrals. So we need to think, if you want to increase your success rate regarding referrals, it's not that you need, or that there is an option that you raise only the monetary reward there. Let me explain this to you with a model that gives you another, let's say, ingredient how to do that. So this is more or less a depiction of the traditional model. That means you have an organization, a team of 100 people, and the referral hires are rewarded. So that means you look for 10 people that year, 5 of them, we assume, come through referrals. So 5 people get a monetary reward of that, but a lot of the other people, the brand ambassadors out there, have also influenced the recruiting process, and they might have given you valuable referrals, but they haven't achieved at the end the success. And that is going to leave them frustrated a bit, and also that is one of the consequences, that their, let's say, performance or their contribution is not really seen, and also if you don't see and measure it, you can't really appreciate that. And that's more or less why a lot of the referral programs, after they have been launched, fall a little bit off the cliff back to, hey, it's around this 5% plus minus referral rates. So what you can think is in terms of a more activity-based model where you also create your reward strategy. What does it mean? So one thing is, you see that's a little bit depicted here, share on social media and direct referrals. These two things are really things what the employee, that we call them talent scout, is really able to influence. Furthermore, there's a short-term success that you rate them as a good candidate. The recruiters and the business think, that's a really high quality candidate. And in the end, the long-term success, if a candidate is hired, is not really in the hands, or is not influenced by the employee or by the referrer. But that's the only thing you reward, if the hire is done or not. And that's something you could think of, what there are other ways to manage that you're more that you give more gratitude and appreciation to smaller steps, to that there is a referral, they share a job, the job is viewed, and also that you can do around challenges, or a little bit more tracking the best talent scout of the month, if you know who of them are active. But not only track the final success at the very end, but also incentivize the small little steps and nudges on the way to the referral success. Number 3, general employee referrals are always a kind of a long-term project. So also have in mind that it's not a one-off communication or a one-time choosing a reward strategy. It's more or less also needs some engagement from you and resources. And as we are doing from Firstbird this for the last 8 years, we have learned some of the things, and we want to share with you also today the biggest learnings. Referral programs can be very complex, so be aware that if you have seen, for example, the different personas, or also the introduction and the implementation of it and keeping it engaged is something, there needs to be really a dedicated person on it, and dedicated guidance maybe from experts who really help you to vanish and be successful, and to renew the referral program every once in a while. Secondly, you need to know who are your best brand ambassadors in your network. It's not just sufficient to look who brought you the most referral hires, but there might be people who really are super well connected, and you need to know that data. Who are those who bring you and connect the dots to the talents you as an organization don't get to? And 3, it pays off. So what we have learned that a lot of organizations were able to double or even triple their referral hire success rate. So we have seen companies starting from 5-8% and going within 12 to 24 months to 25 to 30% referral hire rates. And this is the potential what we have seen in the US markets, who are doing referral programs very differently. And when you're more interested into, okay, what kind of criteria I need to be aware, and if I revamp my referral program, go onto a website and we create a kind of a buyer's guide of a referral program where you can download. It's on our website. If you go there, www.firstbird.com, you have the download link there as well. Maybe that gives you some more ideas what to take care and take into account. So that was my fast and quick first journey of the first couple of minutes around the topic of employee referrals and how you can make it to your #1 referral program. In the end, it should be very simple, and we're happy to share more thoughts about it when you're interested. So from my side, all the best, stay healthy, and see you soon maybe again. So take care and bye-bye.